You requested it, so here's a 10-minute Pikachu cake. Now this is a grocery store cake, but I left it in my car for like 20 minutes and it melted. But don't worry, because we're going to be covering it with fondant and nobody is gonna know. Now to create all of Pikachu's features, I'm using cookie cutters, fondant cutters, and some piping tips. I had the right sizes on hand just to make sure that I wasn't wasting time looking for anything. Now I want the truth. Can you tell that this is a melted grocery store cake? No, you can't. There are 2 more Pokemon cakes on the way.
So I made a Pokemon cake this time, and I used to start a Pokemon from the first generation. So I made the Pokeball first by putting 2 halves together to make a spherical cake, and I did a crumb coat and a final coat to each. So once the cake was all smooth, I began applying the fondant. So I added white to the bottom half, and then red to the top half, and then I began applying the details. So I added a black strip around the middle, and then white fondant circles to complete the Pokeball. Then I added support and a center dowel to support the top tier. So for the top tier, I used a confetti cake, and I did a crumb coat and a final coat for it, and then I applied the fondant. And I applied it in thirds because each side would represent a different Pokemon, with blue, green, and orange for Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. So once the cake was stacked, I added strips of black fondant as a divider, and then I began adding the details. So for the large facial features, I used an edible printer and edible paper, and then for the smaller features, I just used black fondant because I wanted every part of this cake to be edible. Once that was all done, I added the Pokemon logo as a topper, and that's the cake complete.
When you won't see me, when you won't see me, I'm in West London this evening, giving me the feelings, no I'm not leaving, till I fly LA next weekend. Peru, nah, girl I'd rather go find somewhere quiet. You glow, and I get lost here in your eyes. I'm again, I'll be so, girl you just capture my soul. I'm again, I'll be so, make me wanna just take you home. Peru, para, Peru, Peru, para. I'm loose, even Peru, donde para. Peru.
Come along with me as I decorate this Pokemon birthday cake. So I started by covering my 6-inch cake with a pink vanilla buttercream, and I decided to leave the top edge rough and do a little texture on it. I made this little Pikachu with a cookie cutter set that I got from JB Cookie Cutters, and then I made these little fondant daisies with just some fondant plungers that I have linked on my Amazon. And then I did this little pink arch and name topper that I made with acrylic and vinyl. And then I just did some fresh spray roses and a couple little dried flowers, and that's how it turned out.
Forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me soon.
It came! It finally came! The big one.
Our hearts so true.
Wakey cakey makey walkie talkie time. So the other day I posted this video asking everyone to guess what the cake was going to be. And I had heaps of guesses, and the most popular ones were Harry Potter Golden Snitch, Pokeball, Sports Ball, Soccer Ball, Star Wars Death Star, or a Ferrero Rocher or a Malteser or something like that. Super excited to finally be able to reveal what the cake was. So first up, what's totally going to give it away is I used red fondant for the top of the cake. And after I smoothed all that down and cut all the excess off, I flipped it over and I added white. Yep, it's a Pokeball. It has just started to storm where I'm going, so I'm like running home now. Can you hear the thunder? A little bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to storms. Basil doesn't seem to care though, do you, mate? So just quickly, I should talk about the cake. I painted that black bit using edible paint, and then name and age and Pikachu. I've done Pikachu before and I've really improved on my figurine making this time around, so I'm super happy.
And she says